So today I am going to be showing you guys my reshade preset and also having a download link so you guys can get my reshade. So pretty much all the time you guys ask me what reshade I use, and I used to use a reshade called Beyond the Veil, which I'll also link in the description down below. But I ended up making my own one and I thought I would give it to you guys if you want it. Obviously you don't have to have it, but this is just my settings if you were wondering. So this is the reshade that I use. So as you can see, the world is a lot brighter and nicer than the normal Sims game, which this is going to be horrible to see because your eyes have adjusted to the lovely bright colors, but this is without. Terrible, darling. Look at the difference. I'll show you guys a few before and after shots and stuff like that, just to give you guys an idea of the reshade. But I do have two versions of this reshade. So basically the reason I did this is because I find it really hard to use MXAO, which is this thing, which I will show you on and off. So this is with it off and this is with it on. As you can see, like, it kind of details around and like shades more areas, but I find it really hard to play the game with MXAO on full blast like I would in Creator Sim, just because it kind of, I don't know, there's something about it that kind of just like, it's very strong and it really like changes how your game looks, which I like in Creator Sim, but I think in gameplay it's not as good. So I do have two versions linked down below, but this reshade is called Pixel Perfect. I don't know, man, it was just a random name. Yeah, I just needed a name, okay? But as you can see, I will show you the difference between the two. There is barely a difference, like you're probably not going to notice that much, but I will show you them anyway. So this is the gameplay version, aka version 2, and this is my Creator Sim version. So there's not that much of a difference between the two, but this one is much brighter and this is also has a higher MXAO on it. That's just because in Creator Sim I prefer this look, but I do find that in gameplay it is sometimes quite distracting to have all of these lines. Like, I can give you an example real quick. Here's an example. So around some objects there is the lines that appear. So this is without the reshade on, and this is with it on. It shadows it a lot more, which again I like in certain aspects when I'm playing in Creator Sim, but I just don't particularly like it that much in gameplay. Obviously you can still use this one in gameplay, but I just wanted to give you guys the option like I do. So here is a world shot with the Creator Sim version, aka version 1, and here's it with version 2. So obviously there is a slight difference, and also this is it without the reshade. So they are all slightly different. My reshade preset isn't too crazy, but I quite like that it adds kind of a glow, as you can see here. So I'm using reshade version 4.9.1, but obviously I don't know if you can use different version. This is the version that I just made it on, but maybe it's different depending on the version. I'm sorry if it is, but I don't know if you can download different ones, whatever. I do have a reshade tutorial video in the description as well down below, which I made ages ago, so it's embarrassing, but it does go through pretty much exactly what to do, and obviously you can find other people's as well. So this is all my settings. I know sometimes that when I download other people's reshades, I find it really difficult to get their exact settings. Like, it changes it depending on what version they use for reshade, I think. So I feel like this just makes it a little bit easier if you guys can kind of see exactly what my settings are, because people don't normally show this, and I don't know, I just feel like it was easier. And here is version 1 as well. So again, we've got like curves, DFX. I don't particularly know like what these things mean like in any way, and I just kind of click stuff and see whatever looks pretty, but obviously you can adjust it to whatever you prefer. Another quick thing is I would definitely turn edge smoothing off in graphics. So if you go to your settings and then game options, if you turn off edge smoothing, that is what I use, and it does just look naturally better. I do also have a lot of my settings on high, for example Sims, objects, but some of the stuff I do on medium just to keep my game running smoothly. But yeah, I do use high graphics, so it kind of depends. Also, another small thing that I feel like I should mention is that sometimes with MXAO, if you go near to your Sims, this kind of happens. As you can see, it's a really weird thing. I don't exactly know why it happens, but it does, and it freaks me out every time. So if you get freaked out by it, just know that it's not just you. It is also me. But yeah, that is a noticeable feature that I don't particularly like. That's why I use my version 2 in gameplay, because it doesn't happen in Creator Sim. A quick other thing as well is that I do have Quint installed, which I can also link down below. They are like different reshaders, and I use a depth of field, which is this one, and this is the settings that I use for it. So these are all the settings that I use for the depth of field. I honestly haven't really fiddled with this that much, but I have changed it around a little bit, so if you want to change it as well. But I really like using depth of field for screenshots and stuff like that. I just think that it looks really good. Obviously, in-game, this would be hell to play with. Like, I don't know how you'd play with this. This is terrible. But for screenshots especially, or if you just want to take pretty pictures of your Sims for just everyday, I don't know, whatever you want to do, I would definitely recommend using depth of fields with the bokeh quite high. I don't know why, I quite like it with the little circles. Yeah, so okay, so that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through with you guys. Obviously, this isn't actually a tutorial of how to download Reshade because I have done one before, and also loads of people have made them, so I don't feel like it's necessary for me to make one. But just know that it is pretty easy to install it. It took me a little bit to figure out what the hell all of these settings meant before, but now I've pretty much figured it out and I'm fine with it. So yeah, let me know if you have any issues with it in the comments, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with some screenshots at the end here, just so that you guys can see the before and after without Reshade, with Reshade, and with Reshade plus the depth of field. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you use this Reshade in the comments below, and yeah, any questions as well, let me know, and I'll see you guys in another video. I love you guys. Goodbye.